Alright, good day everyone. So this is the first discussion or first topic to our subject, theory of structures. This is for the architecture department. So we have the determinacy and stability. So the topic outcomes for today is to differentiate structures based on determinacy, indeterminacy, and instability or stability. Okay, so let's proceed. So before we proceed with the differentiation, we have to discuss what is the structure first. So the structure refers to any system of connected parts used to support a load. So I think you already know the meaning of this structure since you are done with the statics and mechanics. So I think may mga na-discuss na din sa inyo regarding the structure. So sabi daw po dito, it is a system of connected parts that is used to support a load. So for example, in this figure, meron po tayong columns. Tawag po dito is columns. And then we also have the beam. The horizontal structure. So this is connected parts. Ano po? Merong connection. And at the same time, this one is used to support a load. So meron po yung mga bigat o kaya naman merong weight na sinusupport para hindi sila mag-fail or mag-iba. So yan po yung structure. So meron po tayong different structural elements. First, we have the tie rods. Tie rods are subjected to a tensile force. And this one is used to brace yung ating mga roof or mga roof beams. So ito po yung tie rods. Yan. Ang bracing na yan. Sa trusses natin, usually, meron tayong ganito lang na truss, di ba? Ganyan. Tapos andito yung roof. Nakapatong. So usually yung tie rods and yung mga steel rebar lang na connected dito sa mga horizontal member ng ating purlins. So yung purlins, nakaganyan siya. Tapos meron po yung connection dito, parang ganyan. Connect lang po yan ng ganyan. Yan po yung tie rods na tinatawag. Okay. So, syempre, we have a beam. So, this one is the straight horizontal members used to carry vertical loads. So, usually, our beam is made of concrete. Kaya meron tayong tinatawag na concrete beams. So, hindi lang po limited tayo sa concrete. We also have the wood, timber, and at the same time, we have the steel. So, ginagamit usually yung concrete because this is easy to construct sa mismong site. Kasi magbubuhos lang tayo ng ating mga concrete. Pero different materials has different properties. So, for example, concrete has a weak tensile force. So, ibig sabihin, sinabi natin tensile force, kapag hinila natin siya on both sides, madali po siyang mag-fail. Okay, wherein kapag kinompress natin yung ating concrete, kapag compression, malakas po yung ating concrete. So, kaya po tayo naglalagay din ng reinforcement. Adding reinforcement sa concrete, yung tinatawag nating reinforced concrete, make it stronger din pagdating sa tensile force sa ganitong load. Kasi yung steel po has a high tensile strength. So kapag high ang tensile strength ng ating bakal and at the same time malakas din yung compressive strength ng concrete. So, ibig sabihin, balance po yung lakas niya. So, kaya niyang mag-sustain ng tension and compression. Kaya tinatawag natin reinforcing rods. So, yan yung ating beam. We have different type ng beam. Simply supported, fixed support, cantilever, and continuous. So, usually, sa atin, puro lang tayo simply supported tsaka cantilever beam ang i-analyze natin. And yung continuous beam, papasok din po siya pagdating natin ng around finals, no? So, aside from beams, we also have the columns. So, kung yung beams is horizontal, yung vertical members naman natin is columns. This resist axial compressive loads. Kapag sinabi natin axial, parallel doon sa ating cross-section. So, meron tayong different cross-section ng ating columns. So, specifically kapag hindi po concrete yung ginagamit natin, meron tayong different cross-section. Kunyari, meron tayong I-column. Meron din tayong ganito lang, square. So yung minsan, meron din na tayo nakikitang bilog or circular. That is made of concrete din. Okay, aside from the tree, we also have the trusses. So, a trusses is a combination of vertical and horizontal and at the same time diagonal elements. So, this consists of slender elements usually arranged as a series of triangular elements. Ma-observe nyo, meron tayong mga small triangle, pinag-connect, ganito. Yan o. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, ganyan. So, mga small na triangle, pinag-connect. Tapos, nagkakaroon tayo ng isang malaking truss na tinatawag. So, yung truss, sinusupport niya yung ating load through tension and compression ng members. So, hindi po lahat ito in compression, hindi din lahat in tension. Okay, so, yung material usually dito na ginagamit is steel. So, bihira lang po tayo makakita ng ibang materials aside from steel since yung steel na yung pinaka-convenient pagdating sa trusses. May mga makikita pa din po tayo sa mga lumang bahay. For example, yung mga wooden truss, kaya timber truss. Ginagamit pa rin siya usually, pero kung ma-observe natin sa mga building like towers and bridges, yung ginagamit na po natin is steel. Okay, next. We also have the cables and arcs. Yung mga cables and arcs are also part of the structures. So, yung cables usually, they carry loads in tension. So, makikita natin siya commonly sa bridges, tsaka mga building roofs. So, yung arcs naman, achieve its strength in compression. And, usually, nakikita natin siya sa mga bridge structure. Ganito. Ito yung arch. Sa mga roofs, sa mga opening ng masonry, meron din po. Kunyari, bahay, pinto. Yung ibang pinto, ganito. Ito yung arch. Okay. Next, we have the frames. Yung frames usually connection na yan ng 2 or more members. So, this includes yung mga beams tsaka columns natin. So, pwede may connection siya. It's either pin or naman fixed connected. So, like trusses, pwede itong mag-extend into 3 dimension. Yung truss pala, pwede natin siyang magamit or ma-analyze in 3 dimension. Pag sinabi natin 3 dimension, meron na siyang length pag ganito. Okay? So, hindi na siya 2D lang. So, same dito. Pwede nating madagdagan ng frames dito. Tapos, meron dito. So, magiging na siyang 3D. Ay, yan. So, usually this is used sa buildings natin, no? Siyempre, sa buildings natin, meron tayong truss, frames. So, that is the frames mismo. So, meron tayong two types of force dito sa ating discussion. We have the external force. This one is the applied force and the reaction forces. We also have the internal force. This one is the force and couples exerted on a member or portion of the structure by the rest of the structure. Okay, so for example, yung external force, we have the beam. So, for example, sa beam na yan, tumayo tayo dyan. Yan. Meron tayo dito. Siyempre, meron tayong bigat. Yung bigat natin, yan yung serve as the weight ng load. So, kapag merong weight ng load, meron na yung equivalent force. Sabihin natin yung force is yung weight natin. Ayan yung external forces. So, syempre, kapag meron weight dito, meron din nga reactions from the Newton's law. So, yung reactions na yan, sila yung magbabalance ng effect para dito sa ating beam. So, yan yung external force. Okay po. So, pagdating naman sa internal force, the forces and couples exerted on a member or portion of the structure by the rest of the structure. So, di naman natin siya totally makikita dito sa ating figure. Kasi, internal force nga. So, nasa loob naman po siya ng mismong structure. So, yung effect ng structure natin. Next, we have the internal stability. So, structure is considered to be internally stable or rigid if it maintains its shapes and remains a rigid body when detached from the supports. For example, this one, itong triangle na to. Kapag tanggalin natin yung ating, sabihin natin may support tayo dito. Pag tanggalin natin yung support dito, mababago ba yung kanyang shape? Yes or no? So, syempre, hindi po. So, tanggalin man natin yung mga support dito, magiging triangle pa rin po siya. Hindi pa, rigid pa rin po yung ating structure. Same po dito. Unless meron tayo ditong, internal hinge. Mababago yung kanyang, Pero kung dito lang naman yung ating reactions, walang mababago dito. Same po dito. Kapag naman nasabi nating internally unstable o kaya naman non-rigid, yan, kapag binago natin yung tinanggal natin yung ating support, mababago po yung kanyang shape, tsaka merong large displacement. For example, sa point B, merong internal hinge. Kapag tinanggal natin yung support natin sa letter C, possible na ito, ma-move siya freely from here, kaya naman dito, kaya naman dito. So, mababago yung shape niya. Hindi na siya triangle. Hindi na siya all throughout triangle. Kapag sinabi natin internal hinge, anong example na to? Sabihin natin dalawang member, ipagdudugpong ng isang bolt, kaya naman ng connection, tapos naiikot siya, freely siyang mag-move ganito, freely siyang mag-move ganyan, parang gumagalaw siya. Okay, same po dito sa point B. Yan, nababago yung kanyang shape, pwedeng pa ganyan, pwedeng pa ganyan. And then lastly dito, move yung ating member. So kapag na-move yung ating member mismo, magkakaroon po yan ng pagbabago ng shape. Tsaka meron ng large displacement. So, let's proceed with the determinacy of internally stable. Okay. So, determinacy of internally stable, ibig sabihin, ano siya, rigid, stable siya. Kapag statically determinate, when the unknown forces can be computed using equilibrium equations. So, I think alam nyo naman yung equilibrium equations natin. So, we have 3 equilibrium equations: summation moment, summation forces X, and summation forces Y. So, kapag daw po yung ating unknown forces kayang ma-solve nito, ibig sabihin, determinate po yung ating structure. Kapag naman hindi po kayang ma-solve nito, indeterminate po yung ating structure. Okay? So, paano natin malalaman kung yung ating structure is indeterminate or determinate? So, ito na yung gagamitin natin. Pero we have a guidelines para ma-solve yung ating determinacy ng internally stable. Okay, kapag yung ating member kapag na-solve natin yung reactions o nakuha natin yung number of reactions ng ating structure, and then kapag equivalent to 3 po siya, determinate externally po yung ating structure. Kapag naman po less than, unstable externally. Pero kapag naman greater than, indeterminate externally. Okay, so mamaya magbibigay tayo ng example kasi mas madali ito kapag merong example. So, ito yung determinacy ng internally stable structures for a single rigid body with no internal conditions or hinges. I-compare lang natin yung reactions natin kagaya ng ganito. Dito sa 3, which is ito, parehas lang din. So, kapag indeterminate yung ating structure, kukunin natin yung degree. So, yung minus lang po natin yung R minus 3. Yan, paras lang. So, kapag naman na internally unstable, so kanina kasi internally stable po siya. Kapag naman unstable, meron po tayong susunding panibagong guidelines. So, yung guidelines natin is yung R, reaction, plus Fi, internal forces. Tapos, i-compare natin siya dito sa number of rigid bodies or members multiplied by 3. So, kapag equivalent siya, determinate. Kapag less than, unstable. Kapag greater than, indeterminate. Okay, kapag nag-indeterminate po tayo, we need to solve for the degree of indeterminacy. I think this one is already discussed during your statics, no? So, review na lang din ito. Pero, I think, di ko lang alam ang parasing solutions natin. Yan, so let's proceed. So, ito naman yung ating formula. Kasi medyo malito kayo. I-compare lang po natin yung reaction plus internal forces dito sa R plus NR or yung number of rigid members. Okay. So, yan. Next. Meron tayong different supports. So, yung different supports, meron ding different unknowns. Syempre. So, for light cable, yan, we have one. You can review na lang po ito. Yung usually na ginagamit nating support is yung rollers. Yan, meron din po yung isa na unknown. Ito yung itsura ng ating rollers. Paki-double check na lang yung support natin. Kapag naman po nakapatong lang siya, gaya nito, Isa lang din po yan. So, yung ginagamit natin usually is yung smooth pin, kaya naman hinge. Yung tawag, meron po yung dalawang unknowns. Sa horizontal tsaka vertical. So, kapag slider, ganito, yung itsura. Kaya naman ganito. Ibig sabihin ng slider, nag-slide po yan, no? Top, pababa. Kaya nga slider. So, meron po yung moment tsaka force. Kapag fixed support, meron po tayong tatlo. No? Fixed support. Naka-fix po yung ating dalawang members. Meron 3 unknowns. Moment, tsaka dalawang force. So, kapag naman trusses, sa determinacy ng trusses, compare lang natin yung M, tapos R, wherein yung M is the number of truss members. Yung R naman is yung reaction. I-compare natin sa 2J. Yung J is the number of joints. So, kunyari, meron ka tayong truss ganito. Yan. Tapos, ganito yung ating support. Ito, 1. Ito naman, 2. So, 2 plus 1. Yung joint natin, kasi 2J. Yung joint 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, meron tayong J is equivalent to 8. Yung M naman po is the number of truss members. So, bibilangin natin yung members ng truss. Ito po yan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Tapos yung reactions natin is meron tayong 1 plus 2, 3. So dito, paglagay is, i-add lang po natin. 13 plus 3, we have 16. Equivalent ba siya? Ito yung 2M plus R. Yung 2J naman is 2 times 8, which is 16 din. This one is equivalent. Kapag equivalent, parehas lang po yung parehas lang po yung tawag dyan, yung guidelines natin, yung rules. Kapag equivalent, determinate. Determinate. Okay? So, let's try to solve for examples. Yan. We have a sample problem. 4 lang na items. So, for these 4 items, number 1, ito po. Okay, so we have the formula para sa number 1. So, number 1, kung observe nyo, isang member lang po siya. So, kunyari, tanggalin natin yung ito. Automatic, hindi po mababago yung shape nito. Tama. So, ibig sabihin, this one is internally stable. Pag po internally stable, yung ating equation is, i-compare lang po natin yung R dito sa number 3 o sa 3. O kaya naman, kung gagawin natin siya ng equation, gawin natin yung I. Sabihin natin I is equivalent to R minus 3. So, kapag yung I is may value, ibig sabihin positive value kasi may sobra yung reaction. Ibig sabihin, kapag yung I is greater than 0, indeterminate. Kapag naman yung I is equivalent to 0, determinate. Parang ganun lang. Binago ko lang yung equation. Pero parehas lang po yung parehas lang yung approach. Ito unstable. Pero pwede nyo gawin is kukunin nyo lang yung reactions. So para makuha yung reactions natin, bigbibilang tayo based dito sa supports. So this one is pin. Sa pag-pin, meron po yung dalawa. Horizontal, reaction X, tsaka reaction Y. Dito naman, meron lang yung isa, which is reaction Y. So, meron tayong 1, 2, and 3. So, yung R po natin is equivalent to 3. So, again, i-compare natin yung value ng R sa 3. So, yung R is equivalent to 3. And then, this one is also 3. Kapag equivalent po siya, this one is determinate. Tama? Or kung gagamitin natin ito, yung I natin is equivalent to 3 minus 3. This one is equivalent to 0. Kapag equivalent to 0, determinate. Okay? Naintindihan po. So, we have the next one is yung ating ito. Yung may roller. So, sa roller, we have, syempre, determine muna natin yung ating reactions. Okay, next. Hindi. Determine muna natin kung stable ba siya or unstable. So, meron tayong hinge. Kapag tinanggal natin yung ating support, itong hinge, pwede siya mag-move freely na. Yan, pag ganyan. Kailangan pag ganito. Kailangan pag ganito. So, ibig sabihin, mababago po yung shape niya kapag tinanggal natin yung support. So, this one is internally unstable. Or one way para malaman natin kung internally unstable or stable ba siya is kapag wala po tayong kunyari, isang members lang, diretsohan. Tapos wala tayong mga internal hinge, kaya internal forces. So, usually nito is, gagamitin lang natin is equivalent to 3. Or 3, or R versus 3. So, in this case, meron tayong hinge. So, magiging siyang internally unstable. Kung babalikan natin yung discussion natin. So, internally unstable. Ito po yung magiging equation natin. Okay, so, sa part ng internally unstable, meron po tayong equation na R plus internal force equivalent to 3N R, or the number of rigid members. So, sa part ng number of rigid members, yung bibilangin po natin is yung mismong members. So, kunyari, mayroon tayong hinge, yung members po natin, makakati yan sa dalawa. Kasi magkahiwalay po yan na members. So, this is NR. This one po is 2. Kasi 1 and 2. Okay, so for the reactions, meron tayong pin, 1, 2. And then sa roller naman, meron tayong ganyan, tsaka moment. So, kung bibilangin natin yung reaction, meron po tayong 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, next. So, for I, meron po tayong only one hinge. So, this one will be 1. Kasi po nakalagay dito sa ating discussion kanina. An internal hinge between two members releases one moment equation, contributing 1 per hinge. Okay? So, kung dalawa naman po yung hinge natin between the same two members, it will give you 2 and so on. So, kaya po dito, you only have 1. So, kung ilalagay natin yung equation natin, R, 4, plus 1, and then yung 3, yung number of rigid members is 2. This one magiging 5, and then this one is 6. So, yung 5 po is less than 6. Kaya po, ito po is unstable. Okay, so for number 3, again, this one is internally stable. So, single rigid body lang po ito. Kung tanggalin man natin to, hindi mababago yung shape. Internally stable. So, yung gagawin pa natin dito is determine lang po yung reactions natin. So, para po dito, meron po tayong roller. So, meron po yan isa. Ito naman isa. This one is fixed support po ito. So, kapag po fixed support, meron po yung tatlo. Horizontal, vertical, and moment. So, yung reactions po natin dito is 1, 2, tsaka 5, tsaka 3. So, magiging po yan 5. So, i-compare po natin yung reactions. I is equivalent to R minus 3. So, we have 5 minus 3. This one is 2. So, kapag po ganito, ibig sabihin na is yung I natin is greater than 0. So, kapag greater than 0 na siya, o kaya naman, hindi siya equivalent to 0, this one is statically indeterminate. Indeterminate. Tapos, kapag sabi natin indeterminate, meron po tayong degree of indeterminacy. So, kaya ilalagay po natin, statically indeterminate 2D. Naglalag ang aking tablet. To the second degree. Yan. Okay, so for number 4, meron tayong dalawang hinge dito. Ito po, no? So for these two hinge, meron tayong siyempre internal hinge or internal force. We have 2 kasi we have 2 hinge. So part naman po ng reactions. So this one is fixed support. Same po yan dito sa kabila. So kapag fixed, meron po tayong tag-tatlo. So tag-tatlo, syempre we have 6 members or reactions, I mean. So kapag naman rigid members, so since we have internal hinge, mahati yung internal hinge natin into 3. Ay yung members natin into 3. Yan. So kaya po dito, we have 3 internal members or 3 rigid members, I mean. Nahalo ko na yung. So, kung ilalagay natin yung equation, we have R plus internal force is equivalent to 3 number of rigid members. So, using this formula, we have 6 plus yung number of internal force natin is 2 since we have 2 hinge. This one is 3. Yung NR natin is 3. Ba't hindi siya nagko-close? Yan. So, kaya ito magiging 9. Ito naman 6 plus 2, 8 lang. Okay, so kaya po dito, yung ating last item is less than. Yung 8 is less than 9. Kaya naman, kung gamitin natin yung I, pwede naman kasing ganito eh. R plus Fi. So, kanya-kanyang trip na lang din po. Pero, you can use other methods aside from this. Kagaya nito, I minus 3 NR. So, yung 3 plus Fi is magiging 8. Bawasan natin ng 3 times 3. So, 9. Ito yung magiging sagot. Less than, this one is negative 1. So, kapag yung I is less than 0, this is unstable. Ito magkaibang, ano yan na. Pero parehas lang din naman. Ito na po yung ating sample problem. Okay, next, so we are going to solve for the frames. So for number 1, we have, syempre gagamitin natin is yung same formula, R plus Fi is equivalent to 3NR. So same formula lang, pero pagdating po natin sa frames, magbabago po yung ating internal force. So for beams, as we all know, we have one internal force when it comes to beams. Pero po, pagdating po natin sa frames, yung ating internal force natin will become 2 pagdating po sa internal internal hinge natin. So, bali, per internal hinge natin sa frames, meron yung equivalent na 2. Wherein kapag beams po, meron po tayong equivalent na 1. So, dahil po yan sa kapag pinaghiwalay po natin yung dalawang frame, yung dalawang members, magkakaroon po ng dalawang two unknowns or two unknown forces internally. So, kaya i-count natin siya as 2 since we have the frames po. So, yan. So, pagdating naman po sa reaction, same lang. So, this is fixed support. And then, pagdating naman sa kabila, we have the pin support. We only have 2 reactions. So, kaya yung number of reactions natin dito is equivalent to 5. So, pagdating naman po sa internal force, meron tayong dalawang hinge. So, this is equivalent to 4 since 2 times 2. And then, for the number of rigid members, so, this is for one hinge po, no? So, for number of rigid members, since we have the hinge, so, bilang po tayo ng members like 1, 2, and then 3. So, ganyan lang po yung pagbilang natin. So, we have 9, and then 9 naman po sa kabila. This one is equivalent. So, kaya po determinate yung ating item number 1. So, pagdating naman po sa item number 2, ito po yung next problem. So, we have internal hinge dito sa may top portion ng ating frames. And for the reactions, meron lang po tayong parehas na reaction in both support. So, we have 2 reactions and then 2 naman po sa internal force since we have the 1 hinge. And then for the number of rigid members, we will count this as 1 po, no? Yung nasa right side. Isa lang po yung magbilang natin dito kasi po meron po tayong internal hinge. So, kung wala naman po tayong internal hinge sa isang connections, wala po tayong bibilangin na another members. So, kaya mangyayari, we have 2 plus 2, and then sa kabila, we have 3 plus 2. So, this is equivalent to 4 and then 6. So, 4 is less than 6, kaya meron po tayong unstable structure for number 2. Now, we will proceed for number 3. So, for number 3 problem, meron tayong tatlong support. So, for the first support, we have the fixed support. So, this has a 3 unknown reactions. And for the next one, we have the pin, so 2. And at the same time, sa last, we have 3 reactions. Kaya fixed po siya. So, for the total reactions, we have 3 plus 3 plus 2. So, this is equivalent to 8 reactions. And for the internal force, we only have 1 internal hinge. So, kaya po, ang bilang po natin dito is Fi is equivalent to 2. And then for the last one, we have the number of rigid members. So, counting for the number of rigid members, we will count the members that has no internal connections. So, kaya yung ating members is equivalent to 2 lang. So, adding the R plus Fi, so we have 10. And then for the other side, we have 3 times 2. So, this is equivalent to 6. So, this one is greater than 10 is greater than 6. So, this one is indeterminate. So, kapag sinabi natin indeterminate, we will solve for the degree of indeterminacy. So, pagdating ng degree of indeterminacy, we can just subtract the left side to the right side. We have R plus Fi is minus 3 times N sub R. So, kaya dito we have 8 plus 2, we have 10, and then minus 6. So, kaya mangyayari, we have degree of indeterminacy to 4, or indeterminate to the 4th degree. So, yan lang po yung ating example or sample problem pagdating sa frames and structure na beams. So, along with this sample problem, I'll be giving you a copy of the sheet work for this topic. Thank you for listening. See you guys on our next class.